What's up, guys? So I'm trying to get completely fired up again today. Somebody stole my coffee, so I had to go get a little bit more. That's besides the point. I'd like to do a video about wrist and forearm pain. And I know a lot of lifters and stuff like that have that issue. Some don't. And my experience and what I'm doing that I believe is helping it, and why I think that maybe even taking time off and resting did absolutely nothing for it. And, well, maybe just a little bit, but it's besides the point. Kind of dealt with wrist pain a couple times in my life, and one time it got pretty bad. I had to get a splint. This was years ago, and it went away for a while. But like a year and a half, or like a year ago, something like that, maybe even a year and a half ago, I'm not really sure. I started developing, wrist pain again. I have my idea on what I maybe done to tweak it, but maybe it was just coming there anyways, or starting to develop. I'm not exactly sure, but I started wearing those wrist wraps, and when I was bench pressing, it hurt really bad. And basically what happened was I kind of, started getting spun out of control on alcohol and get back on these psychiatric drugs like Klonopin and Xanax and stuff that I had been taking for a long time. I was trying to get off them. So I ended up taking like 4 months off, only to come back to the gym, and the pain was still there. So I kind of was fighting through it again, maybe for, a month and a half or 2 months. I mean, it was a little bit better, so maybe the rest was okay. But, but then I got spun out of control again on the alcohol and drugs or whatnot, and took basically, maybe 3 months off again, only to come back, and the pain was there again, okay? And it was starting to bother me, like even just putting my hand down on something, and it was like the more I thought about it, the more I would notice it, okay? So sometimes things like, even like basically, hypochondriacs can like create symptoms that are worse than the disease that they're even worried about. So the mind is powerful. Like I was just noticing that, maybe I wasn't thinking about my back, but I just started thinking about it, and then it's there. So like, is it an illusion or whatnot? I mean, is it there if you're not noticing it? But the point I'm trying to make is, it started getting really bad and almost worse. And the more I thought about it, the worse it got. And it's like bench, lifting is what I'm really passionate about. So I'm like, oh, I have this wrist pain. So, now I'm not going to be able to lift, and, it was just really bothering me. I was supposed to have an MRI, but I was waiting, to get the orders in, and basically I don't exactly know what's going on in the wrist or whatnot, and all this medical stuff, but I just decided, I'm going to start basically lifting. And so I started doing, I was lifting, but basically I was just saying I don't even care about the pain. So I started doing a lot of dumbbell presses because I noticed they weren't bothering my wrists as bad. And also when I was coming off of these medications and stuff, my body became very weak, so it's hard for me to get into basically getting stronger at barbell presses. And I noticed that they didn't hurt my wrist as bad. And also it's okay because it gave me an opportunity to maybe work on some, different angles and maybe some stabilization and stuff like that. And maybe strengthen the wrist. And so I started doing that, and a lot of hammer curls and basically fat grip, maybe work, and a lot of pull-ups and rock climbing grip stuff. I noticed it started getting better. Still bothering me, but and also something to think about is before I was using a lot of straps and stuff, and yeah, my grip might be the same. I don't know how much stronger it is now or whatnot, but maybe the straps, I don't know, because I've had the pain too when I wasn't using straps, so I'm not really sure. But the point I'm trying to make is I started doing all these exercises, and basically the less I thought about it, the more, like some days I don't even notice it. So, sometimes I believe that maybe, I heard this story about this guy that, was trying to become good at this like yoga pose or whatever, and he was worried about getting hurt, and it was hurting him, but then once he got through it, the pain went away. So sometimes the mind works in mysterious ways. Maybe he was trying to hold me back from accomplishing my goal. I just know that basically I worked through it instead of resting, and it's like healing itself. So I don't know about like the tendons or I don't exactly know what's going on, nor do I even care that much, because I believe the human body is capable of doing things, and maybe just a little bit of pain isn't really that big of a deal, okay? Like the more I started worrying about it being permanent, like arthritis or tendonitis, the worse it would get. It was like I might have even started thinking about wrist pain before I started developing it in the first place. I'm not really sure, but it's just kind of a weird thing. And so, now I'm going back to my barbell presses, and it's not bothering me. I'm not even wearing those straps. Maybe I will, in the future when I start going heavier, but I'm not sure. It's just like something is healing inside my wrist. So, I just wanted to share my story And yeah, the things I do aren't really that conventional. I mean, I remember one time I had to go to a specialist because my back was bothering me, and he thought maybe I had to have back surgery and stuff because I had something called like kyphosis, which is like a hunchback. Maybe it was just from sitting in school and being bored out of my mind all the time. But he told me not to do any rowing stuff and any other exercises. Well, I went to a physical therapist and basically ignored everything that he said. And I went back and he was amazed at how my back had corrected itself. So I usually am not much to listen to basically doctors and what they say. And I just basically get these ideas in my head, and I'm just, at any means necessary, I'll sometimes have to push through the basically pain, and somehow it ends up like healing itself. So, I don't know if it was a combination of these exercises that I did, like, a lot of hammer curls and a lot of, fat grip stuff. I'd recommend these fat grips, and it did sometimes hurt a little bit, and, maybe a lot of these pull-ups and rock climbing grip stuff. And it also, in the dumbbell presses, maybe stabilize the wrist and get maybe better form. I'm not exactly sure. But also I believe if you can basically take your mind off it, maybe do something different, because maybe you've identified the bench press as a movement that hurts your wrist. We'll just go and do something different, such as a dumbbell press, and try to get really good at that. There's nothing wrong at not bench pressing for a little bit of time. I mean, it's just kind of a fun new movement anyways. Nobody says that you have to basically bench press all the time. And so yeah, it just got better and better and better. And now, yeah, I mean, it still is a little bit, but some days I don't even notice it. And probably everybody has a little bit of, some pain somewhere that bothers them maybe every once in a while, but it's nothing like it was before. And and it's like, yeah, now that I just did this video, I might notice it, but I really hadn't even thought about it for the last, few days or whatnot. I just wanted to do a video and share my experience, because I know a lot of people might have wrist pain or forearm pain, and that it's just kind of crazy how it got better with those things I did and basically, not thinking about it. But that's about all I got. Let me know if you liked the video and subscribe for more content. Thanks.